All right, so this is a what I eat in a day sort of thing. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put in what I've already had, which is my butter coffee. So yeah, I do like changing that up every now and then, but once I hit on something that I really like, I tend to stick with it for a while. But yeah, I recently decided to add a little bit of cinnamon, add a little bit of turmeric, and I'm re-adding just about a teaspoon of ghee to my coffee, and I'm restarting to enjoy that again. I kind of lost my taste for butter of any kind in my coffee for a long time, and now I don't know why, it just appeals to me, so maybe my body needs that. So I just got home from doing an errand. This is the debacle I get myself into. My butter coffee in the morning keeps me very full for a long time. And then all of a sudden it'll hit me, oh my Lord, I am starving. And it tends to be somewhere in the 2, sometimes even the 3 o'clock hour. Well, I just got home, I did an errand, and I'm starving. And lo and behold, there aren't any leftovers from dinner last night, which is my go-to. You know, I love that because when I am hungry, I can just pop it in the microwave, heat it up, and I'm good. But my son took the leftovers, so I have nothing. So the debacle is, I need to whip something up really quickly because I'm hungry, and that's a dangerous place to be, you know? So I grabbed a few things. I have no idea, this may be horrible tasting, but I'll let you know. But the other part of the debacle is here it is, you know, it's 2:20 right now. By the time I get to eating this, it's probably gonna be, I don't know, 2:45, close to 3 o'clock, hopefully sooner, but that's probably by the time I get everything going. This is gonna be really fast though. And then, you know, by the time my husband gets home around 5:30, 6 o'clock, he's ready to, of course, eat his dinner. I am full still, and I don't want to eat unless I'm hungry and legitimately really hungry like I am now. So I sometimes will skip dinner altogether and kind of, I wouldn't call it snacking, but in essence, I suppose, because I'll have some blueberries and then I'll maybe have a little bit of cubed cheese, maybe some pork rinds with some avocado, you know, and so I don't know particularly if that's a terrible thing, but I am trying to remember to kind of clue into my body. I would like to be able to eat lunch around 12 or 1 rather than between 2 and 3, and eat dinner, you know, between 5:30 and 6, and then maybe have an 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you know, some blueberries, then a little snack of something. I don't feel too bad about snacking too late in the evening because basically I'm going to be fasting all night long when I sleep, and I don't know. I don't know. I could be totally wrong there. But here it is. I'm in the same place as I usually am, but here is what I grabbed. We'll see if it is terrible. So I get this at Costco. This is a huge thing of organic, already riced cauliflower. I can't stand ricing cauliflower. I don't know why. I feel like it's just messy. I don't know. So if I can get it already done, I'm good to go. B, I don't think there was an A, but B, I'm not actually a huge fan of cauliflower. I have had it so many different ways, and to me, it's cauliflower. But it is definitely a keto-friendly veggie, and you can eat it until you're full and not feel guilty. So I tolerate it, but honestly, it's not my favorite. But I'm gonna go ahead and make me, now this comes in packages, and you get quite a few. I wanna say there's 1, 2, 3, 4 packages. Yes, 4 16-ounce packages. I'm gonna make a whole one. If I have leftovers, that's great. Leftovers are always good unless it sucks, and then that's not good. Okay, so now I have actually some of this Boursin basil and chive cheese. It's a little bit like cream cheese, but you guys, the ingredients aren't terrible. It's pasteurized cultured milk and cream, salt, dried and freeze-dried basil, and then freeze-dried chives, potassium sorbate, and that's just what they use to preserve. And also, you know, there's 12 grams of fat for 2 tablespoons, and it's 160 milligrams of sodium, and the total carb for 2 tablespoons is 1 gram. There is 1 gram of total sugar, but they don't add sugar. There's no added sugar in here. So I think it's just, you know, it's a milk product. So, all right. So if you are contemplating starting keto, and if you already have and you're in the very, very beginnings, I actually recommend not doing dairy for like the first couple weeks. And I sort of did that. I don't think I started even adding dairy, like using cheeses and creams, for, I would say, at least a couple weeks. You know, there's thought processes behind that. I just think dairy can be a bit inflammatory, especially to some. You know, there is sugar, natural sugars in dairy, and I don't know, I just think it's not the cleanest way to go, especially in the beginning. So I'm doing now a little experiment on myself. I am adding the dairy, as in the form of, I love making like sauces, very decadent sauces to put over my chicken using full cream. Now, I have heard that full cream actually is a better choice, heavy cream, than doing milk, you know, products like that. So I allowed myself that. That's sort of the first thing that I added. And then I do occasionally have actual cheese either in my recipe, or I'll eat it that way. It's not my favorite. I don't do that often. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. So I am going to actually add this whole thing to all of this. Now, I also found this, absolutely love it. It is a lifesaver for times like this, when I do not feel like, you know, cutting up raw chicken and cooking it. Chances are I didn't even thaw something out, which I haven't yet, and I need to do that for dinner. But so these are fabulous. I order from Whole Foods through Amazon Prime, and I order fairly often just to keep things like this in my fridge, because it has been truly a lifesaver from days like this. So this is already cooked grilled chicken, and they are not all made equally, let me tell you. So this is organic grilled chicken breast strips. There are no antibiotics ever. It's really important, if that is important to you, that it says ever, because it can say no antibiotics, and if it doesn't say ever, there is a little loophole that they can do, in that if they didn't use antibiotics, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I want to say within 30 days of when they butcher the animal, they can still say no antibiotics. If you never want that animal to be treated with antibiotics ever, it has to actually say, or it will say, no antibiotics ever. So guys, first thing I'm going to do is Loki, I'm gonna try my hardest to edit out my animals. Kids are getting home from school and Loki's barking at them. So I'm gonna fry this up first. I'm going to season it all with I'm gonna season it, I'm sure. I won't just use this. I really gotta do a lot of stuff with cauliflower for me to tolerate it. So, all right, I'm gonna get going on this. All right, okay, so I'm going to actually pre-cook this in the microwave first. So it says to put in there for about 6 minutes. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna get all this business going. All right, so first I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cook with ghee today. You can do butter, avocado oil, a mixture of things. Doesn't really matter, but Loki. I'm gonna add some ghee. Again, most of what I use seems to come these days from Whole Foods. I'm gonna get this burner going. All right, so here is what that cheese looks like. Super easy to take out of its little foil wrap. But here is the chicken. The reason why, other than I love that it's just basic chicken, did I read you guys the ingredients in this? It has organic chicken breast with rib meat, raised without antibiotics. Water contains 2% or less of sea salt, organic vinegar, organic garlic powder, organic onion powder, and organic black pepper, and that's it. I mean, this is as clean as you're gonna get for prepared, already cooked chicken breast. So yeah, there's no carbs in this, of course, and it is a great find. Super excited that I found that. So what I do, and the other cool thing, guys, is I'm so picky. I never have had to cut off anything gross on here, you know? And that's fantastic. It's really lean, really nice. And I just cut it up. I'm gonna cut it up in little pieces. So the spices I'm going to add once we get the cauliflower in there is basil. I love basil. I put it in just about everything. And plus, this particular cheese is basil and chive, so that might be a nice complement to further that basil. I'm going to probably add a little bit of parsley, some garlic powder, some onion powder, of which I don't have a ton of. And I think for the heck of it, I'm going to add some minced onion here. And then, of course, I'm going to add some pepper and some Redmond real salt to this, as well as the cheese. So, as soon as this cauliflower is ready to go, I'm going to put it in here. Unless I forget, I'm going to be adding some organic chopped garlic. I love garlic. I ran out of the garlic I make myself in the olive oil. So I've been buying the organic Emperor's Kitchen and using this. I'm going to be really careful because this baby is woohoo. All right, so I'm going to add our freshly steamed cauliflower into this pot. And while it's sitting here, I'm actually going to start adding my seasonings to it. Okay, I think that's a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and add some basil. I'm going to add probably the rest of my onion powder. No, that'll be too much. And some garlic powder, even though I am going to add some. I'm going to add some cracked pepper, some salt, and some parsley. I'm also going to add some of that garlic. And a little bit of this diced dried onion. And I'm gonna go ahead and dump this cheese in, but I think just to help it out, I might break it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start working this in. Like I said, this might be gross, I don't know. We will see. You gotta have stuff on hand for really quick meals, and sometimes you just kind of have to throw what you have together, go with what kind of sounds good, because that's usually your body's trying to tell you something. If it's something that just like, yeah, man, I feel like this. This is not necessarily one of those instances, because like I said, I am just not a huge cauliflower fan, but I am hoping that adding all of this will change my mind today. And I'm actually going to try a little bit just to see what the seasonings are doing in here. Not bad. I do think I need to add some salt. And I think a little more pepper. You know what else I'm going to add is a little bit of just red pepper flakes. I think I need a little something something going on in here. That seemed like a lot, but it isn't. All right, I'm going to give it another taste. That's so much better. Wow, guys, this actually is pretty good. Pretty good. It's done, man, and I'm ready to eat. I think I'm pretty happy with this. It took me, I mean, hardly any time to do this, which is what I need in moments like this. So I did have to put 2 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar in before I could even taste it. And I really do think your body just will self-adjust to that as it needs it less. And so I'm just gonna keep doing that. And I probably could even do another tablespoon, but I'm gonna stick to, that glass is a little less than 16 ounces. So I'm doing 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Bragg's, I think, is just hands down the best you can get. I do not shake that, by the way. I just let that live mama thing, you know, that's just this fabulous supplier of all that's good in apple cider vinegar, just sit there at the bottom. I never shake it. I've heard that some people do, some people don't. I just never have. And then I do shake the ginger juice for sure. And I added a tablespoon of that. And about 7 drops of stevia, mixed it up in cold water. And I'm gonna sip on that now for a little while. I'm not gonna chug it. And I will touch bases with you when I figure out what in the hoon hawks I'm gonna have for dinner, which I better thaw something out because it is 3:21 and I have yet to figure that out. All right, not real good on the meal planning this week so far, but it's only Monday, so it can only get better. I'll see you soon. All right, guys, so it's dinner. I once again, because I ate my lunch so late, I'm actually quite full still. It is 5:42, husband's home, so I need to get something going and I need it pretty quickly. So I'm gonna utilize my handy dandy Instapot here. I really enjoy the chicken from this because it's always very moist and tender. And I'm just gonna do something once again quite fast. He does eat rice, whereas I don't, but I'm gonna be making him some rice. I have some chicken breast here, boneless, skinless, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in some of this. This is yellow Thai curry. I actually make a really awesome chicken curry, kind of more or less from a paste from scratch. But again, pour and go. That's what we're gonna be doing today. And again, this is something I got from Whole Foods. The ingredients on here, very clean. So let me read it to you. We've got coconut milk, red bell pepper, shallots, 100% lime juice, garlic, high oleic sunflower oil, lemongrass, organic lemongrass, apparently, organic gums, acacia gar, which is the organic gum they're talking about, is acacia gar, and galangal root. So sorry if I'm mispronouncing some of these. Thai chilies, sea salt, turmeric, curry powder, lime leaves, coriander, cumin, cinnamon, black pepper. That's all that's in here. So, I mean, if you were to look at other sauces that are in a jar, you will be completely blown away as to all the crud they put in there. They have one that is mild, medium, and hot. I actually got medium, so I hope it's not too hot. But I do like a little kick, you know, with my curry. Just a little, not over the top. So literally all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in my chicken breast into the Instapot. I'm gonna pour, I'll see, I might not use a whole jar. If you're interested in some of these other counts, the total carbohydrate, which is what I go for. I'm really not a net carb gal. Again, I think that would get me into trouble. So total carbs are 7 grams for a half a cup of sauce. We're going to be eating this, you know, with chicken, and it's not like we're going to have an entire half a cup of sauce on our plate at any one time. Even if we did, though, this is dinner. I tend to have enough carbs in my day to handle around 7 or 8. I usually shoot for 6 to 8 carbs per meal. And really, I don't have breakfast. I have lunch and dinner, so I'll be good. All right, so I'm gonna get to cooking this. But I mean, right now, I don't even know what I look like. I'm sure my makeup is all over my face in a bad way. But anyway, I am gonna check in one more time just to let you know what time I decided to eat and what I decided to eat. So I will definitely be coming back here in just a little bit. All right, guys, so this is my dinner. I am eating, it's 7:41 at night, and I'm finally hungry. I know it's not the best to eat this late at night. I need to get myself out of this loop that I'm in, but I don't like going to bed hungry. But I made myself from spring mix salad mix a little side salad here with the Sir Kensington avocado oil ranch. I added some cheddar cheese and some sprouted pumpkin seeds. Got these again from, where did I get these? Actually, I got these from Costco. It's a good source of magnesium, protein, zinc, and iron, it says. And it has sea salt in it. And then again, for dinner, I'm just having some olives and some of the chicken with the curry sauce that I told you about. I'm going to be adding some salt to that. My husband, because I only tested the sauce, a little bit of it, and it just seemed sort of tasteless. My husband had it and thought it was delicious. So anyway, I haven't tried it quite yet, but I know I'm going to be adding some salt to that. Anyway, this is what I'm having for dinner tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. I'll be doing more of these, definitely. And hope you guys are having a great week.